And welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Wow. Streaming and recording live from the Yay studio, I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Along with me today, I've got a guy who celebrated a birthday, happiest of birthdays to one, Bob Aldred.
Hey, thank you, Michael. And as always, gentlemen, I'll go ahead and start us off with our prayer circle. Here we go. Ready?
Yes. As well as one, Justin Moore.
Hi, how's it going? How we doing?
So good, bud. Thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Thanks for
we
filling
do
me up
appreciate
with that
it.
Holy Spirit.
God.
Resume.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Holy moly. Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. It's been a pleasure to be here, as always. And so today, we've got a whole bunch of fun. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Last time, we played What Did He Say? Trey gave us some facts about the Clippers. We played Swishin' and Dishin', which turned out to be a little too hard for the boys. And we also introduced a brand new segment called Doctor's Orders with our very own Dr. George. It was a very fun episode, so be sure to check that one out if you have not already. Also, go to yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, and hoodies with a bunch of great designs, so go grab some of that sweet YB merch. Now, Justin, why don't you take over for a second and tell the people about a recap of our picks from last week, please?
I can indeed. Bob, you still sit alone at the top of the leaderboard. 4,360 points, even though you missed last week. Didn't lose, didn't gain. Chilly up there. I know.
It gets chilly at the top of the mountain, Justin.
I'll bring the fire to you if you give me some points. But Michael is in second place with 3,000 points. He had a big week last week.
Yeah.
Because like he said, that game did not go our way.
There was the anagram one, correct?
Yeah, it was rough.
There was one, the Victor Wembanyama one. I was like, how in the hell? Like,
I don't know either. I was just throwing things out there. But he had LeBron James over 24.5 points versus the Thunder. He put 250 big ones on that, so he takes that one down. Zoom. Sorry. Trey took Sabonis over 21.5 versus Phoenix. He lost 500 points.
Interesting. Taking a Sabonis over there.
Well, it could have been way better for me if Michael wouldn't have talked about his 1,000-point bet, but whatever. That's fine. I doubled up on Jokic over 24.5. I do have 400 points. So we'll get some points today. We'll double that up, and then we got one more, and then we'll double that up. And then I won't be in last place, and Trey will be. So that's how we'll do it.
That's what we're going to try not to let happen.
Hopefully not. Yes. Thank you.
I don't know why I don't know why that's
It's just because it's been over a year.
Too
it's been
long.
15 months since you had a punishment.
because I play correctly. Like I don't know what you know what I mean.
Everybody else has done their fair share. That's all we're saying.
Losing.
Yeah.
No, I'm a successful franchise.
Want to give a quick shout out to Cactus for being back, and some dude who says Daniel Gafford is in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah, Daniel Gafford, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
really
thanks.
appreciate
Daniel
it.
Gafford's mother is in the chat. All right.
Man.
Okay, everyone. Well,
I don't want to say it, but the Wizards are not playing tonight, so it could definitely be.
I'm just picturing Daniel Gafford sitting on his computer in the dark, like typing, like watching this, and like Daniel Gafford for MVP.
Alrighty, guys. Well, let's get into our first game of the day. And our first game of the day is Swish or Miss. Yes, it's Swish or Miss. Here's how this one works. I will read you a recent detailed NBA headline. It's not really a headline anymore, but I'm going to read you something. It will be your job. It'll be your job, Justin and Bob, to tell me if the headline is correct. Swish. Or if a detail in the headline is incorrect, miss. If you believe it is a miss, you must tell me what detail is incorrect for double or nothing. If you're right, you all receive 100 points. If you are wrong, I receive the points for what you missed. Sound good, team?
Sounds great.
Yep.
Are you ready for number one?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just anxious music. I don't like it.
The Indiana Pacers made a statement this week by completing a 3-team trade with the Raptors and Pelicans. The Pacers traded away Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, and 3 first-round picks in exchange for Pascal Siakam and a second-round pick. Siakam, a 29-year-old forward from Cameroon, arrives in Indiana averaging 22.1 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 4.8 assists, while shooting 52.4%, 31.8%, and 74.7%. He joins a Pacers team averaging 125.4 points per game and 31.1 assists per game, while shooting 50.7% from the field. Gentlemen, swish or miss?
Yeah, it's the assist number. That's way off. Trust of all of them.
No. It is a miss.
Oh.
It was a 2-team trade.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, I do believe that.
No, it's a 3-team trade. Pelicans were involved. Yeah, trust me. It was a 3-team trade. And Michael's not going to give it to you, but he could.
List the assets.
I mean, the assets, I think that second rounder came from...
Well, then what did the Pelicans get?
They got something... cash considerations, or I know the Pelicans are involved, so I hear that's the hang up, but I promise you it's not.
Then I'm going swish.
Legitimately, I hate it when he gives us all those stats because there's no way of picking out which ones is or is not. So I think it's a bunch of ises, and it's a swish.
Oh,
Swish, final answer.
Final answer.
Nope. No, it is a miss. Siakam this season averaging 22.2 points. Not 22.1.
Oh,
yeah,
damn it.
Yeah. So
that's ridiculous.
And it is a 3-team trade. The Pelicans received cap relief when they gave up Kira Lewis to the Raptors, and a second-round pick from them too.
By the way, I'm okay being collateral damage in this. I know you've already decided that I'm now.
Oh no, that's not what's happening.
That's exactly what's happening.
Let me get this out of the way real quick. I will be a meat shield for one time for the one time.
I mean,
I will be your pain sponge.
You have a 1,260 point lead over me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the pain sponge today.
Okay.
I will be your...
no, he's going to take first place over you. That's what he's going to do.
I don't even have any interest in that.
I'll be your Tom Wams.
I'll make a deal with you. I'll make a 5-point bet. I don't give a shit about first place.
You can't make 5 points.
I can make whatever I want.
I'm in charge of the scoreboard. It's my thing.
You want to bet?
It's my thing.
All right.
Just let me have a thing.
Bob, just give me the thoughts on this trade here, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking at Pascal Siakam, who is 4th in the NBA for transition offense, of course, adding to a team that so far we have seen just about only transition offense. You're not getting a whole lot of defense, but over the last 10 games, they have turned it up. They're now about right there in the middle of the NBA, which is okay if you're putting up prolific numbers on the offensive end. What does this mean for Obi Toppin's development? I don't care, because quite literally, we were talking about it off camera a little bit too, like his... ceiling, I think, was perceived much higher than it was. And if we're just getting a running gun power forward that has good chemistry with a point guard, you can upgrade that across the board. So I think that's exactly what the Pacers did, and I'm glad that they did. I'm looking forward to them again. I think what I've said, they could make the Eastern Conference Finals on this podcast. I've said that.
That was your prediction preseason.
And I think doing so, they're going to have to knock out, I believed, one of the 3 big teams in the East. I think they're going to have to knock out 2. I think between Philly, Boston, and Milwaukee, they're going to have to take 2 series off of 2 of those teams. And that is tough. And can Pascal Siakam do that? Well, we saw him do it with... I'm not making... It's apples to oranges when I say Kawhi and... Halliburton, but of course, Pascal Siakam was much younger then.
Yeah.
But again, off camera, we were talking, when is your prime? Hey, brother, it's in that 27 to like 32 range. So they've got him right now, right in the prime.
Yeah.
I totally see him being a better version than he was on that championship team. We can talk about all-star stuff later and whatnot, but he is an all-star caliber player with Tyrese Halliburton, which to me is a guaranteed all-star starter, which I love. So I think the team's going to be awesome. They've only improved across the board. It's also not a totally win now move.
Yeah.
They're still leaving enough on the board. They didn't have to give up Eggs Benny, who we talk about and rave about. They didn't have to give up Buddy Hield, who we thought they were going to give up with this trade. They can now save him for a later trade to actually make a bigger move, which I think is great. And if you have all the young guys and all the assets now, you don't need the first round picks. Get the proper guy in the right place who's going to be happy playing there. And I think Pascal's going to be very happy playing there, and I'm very much so looking forward to this team.
Just quickly, though, don't you think that they'll hang on to somebody like Mathurin?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Assuming he develops.
Exactly. Jarris Walker is on the table as well. Aaron Neesmith has now come more into his own, which is really awesome, who they traded for from Boston. So obviously, if you trade for a player, you want to put a lot of effort and work into him to make it pay off. So, yeah.
Do you think the Raptors keep Bruce Brown?
I think Bruce Brown is a perfect trade tool. Yeah. I think he will be moved again.
Where does he end up?
The Los Angeles Lakers. For as much as I can comprehend or even understand how and why, somehow he's going to end up on the Lakers. A la Avery Bradley. Like, how did Avery Bradley end up? Whatever. You know.
Justin.
There's a lot of questions.
That's one question.
Well,
give me thoughts
followed by all the other ones. But, I mean, the trade's great. I feel like, the Pacers got better. I don't know that it fixes some of their issues. I guess like defensively, now they're playing better right now, but we'll kind of see how that pans out. I think I don't know who I saw talking about this trade where it was talking about how Pascal Siakam obviously is some of the best in transition right now, and the Pacers obviously Tyrese Halliburton in particular is one of the best at assisting in transition. Mm-hmm. This does not help their paint presence as much, even though Pascal Siakam is averaging some of the most layups and dunks of his career. I attribute that more to the transition layups and dunks. Because usually layups and dunks, usually your transition buckets are going to come in the form of layups and dunks. I don't have the numbers to back that up. I just don't necessarily see that Pascal Siakam helps them offensively in the paint. I think he helps them as a secondary, like can get his own shot kind of guy. Mm-hmm. Take the load off of Halliburton. But yeah, I don't see them making the Eastern Conference Finals, but that's just because those three teams up there, I'm like, yowza.
Yeah.
Could they beat one? Sure. And if they only have to beat one, I guess, to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, then maybe. But I don't think they could beat two of them. That's a lot to ask. But yeah, I don't know. I also, like Bruce Brown, I don't know, do we know, did he sign a 2-year deal or a 1-year deal?
I think it was a 2.
It is a 2-year, $40 million with a team option on that.
The second year?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. So then, yeah, I see him get moved because I was like, well, maybe he'll get bought out, but I'm not going to get bought out.
Not getting bought out.
But I don't know who trades for him because you're going to probably have to give a first-round pick for him.
Which I think is a steal.
Philly?
Philly.
Sure. Yeah, it depends on who's, I guess, do you value Philly's first-round pick? Comparatively to another team's first-round pick, I guess. I don't know. So if somebody comes in, you could 5 spots higher in the draft, then I guess you'd probably go for them, but I don't really know who the teams are.
I think there's a Grizzlies pick that's pretty interesting. Maybe Bruce Brown to Memphis.
So the Pacers are 0-2 since Siakam's debut, but I expect that to correct itself over time. A couple of weeks before this trade went down, George and I were on the phone talking about Siakam's fantasy value, and I said, I think when he gets traded, his fantasy value will take a positive bump. The reason for what I thought that would happen is because his usage rate is going to drop, but his efficiency will jump up because he's not doing as much of those ISO buckets, especially in this situation when he's being assisted by a guy who is so efficient in creating and all that. In Tyrese Halliburton. Now his fantasy value has relatively stayed the same so far through 2 games, but his reality value has exactly what has happened. So far he's averaging 18, 5, and 5 on 50%, 53%. That's exactly what Indy needed. He's also been a terrific defender. There was a sequence last night against Phoenix. You might have seen it. It was posted around. He switched 4 or 5 times in the post in the painted area that forced a bad shot from Phoenix, and that was with Miles Turner off the floor. It was on the bench. I really like the fit already. I'm not sure where this puts them in the Eastern Conference, non-contenders hierarchy, because I know you have a conference finals prediction, but I personally don't put them in. They're definitely not with those 3 yet. I still think they could try to figure out another move or maybe figure something out in free agency. It's unlikely. Indiana's biggest free agent signing ever maybe was David West, which is, respect David West, but
I think this is the biggest. I think this is the biggest one.
Oh, that's a trade though.
We'll trade
free agency. That's the thing is, not a lot of people going to Naptown. So, if they develop properly and Halliburton stays on the right track and Siakam doesn't get too old too early, look out. Pacers could be a threat.
Can I make one comp to another team that's stellar right now and actually goes to what Justin was saying with concerns on defense? The Minnesota Timberwolves have kind of written this blueprint that is kind of out there, and we all kind of looked at it like, why are you paying 3 centers this much money, essentially? And I don't think that Pascal Siakam is necessarily a traditional center, the same way as I don't think of Cat as a traditional center. I think Rudy Gobert and Miles Turner are much closer defensively than a lot of people think initially, because why would you think of Minnesota and Indiana as 2 teams that can be comparable? Well, now they can be. You have Rudy Gobert that can lock down the paint, stay there, rim defend all day, something he's great at. Yeah. You have Cat, who's a switchable big, who can honestly guard 5 positions. Now you're looking at almost the exact same thing with Miles Turner in the center, locking down the paint, has led the league in blocks, and now you have Pascal Siakam with exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Can switch on 4 to 5 defenders, do what he needs to do, stay out of the paint, space it better, and with that is how their defense is going to even get better, which, again, like I said, is middle of the pack right now, which is fine, but the defensive presence is going to skyrocket, and we have the Timberwolves to thank for that in their obscure team building that we've all kind of ostracized and have kind of looked at like, why did you do that? Well, the proof is in the pudding. They're a top 2 team in the West. I think it just speaks for itself, and the Pacers are following that mold, and I'm calling it right now. That's what they're doing.
All right, well, so 100 points to me, and we'll look forward to seeing what the Pacers can do with Pascal Siakam. Are you guys ready for question 2?
Yeah.
Let's get it. This week, we saw the 2 best big men battle in Philadelphia. Hang on a second. Bob, you listen to last week's episode?
I did.
Did you hear my call out when I was mad at you because I had the best alliteration I've ever done?
I don't think a bar has existed like that bar.
I don't know if I've forgiven you.
The alliterations were
fine,
allocated in a way that were just unheard of. Like it really was 10 out of 10, folks. And if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. I stopped my car, like quite literally
on the highway,
on the fucking
I slammed on my brakes
on 35.
All right.
Slid.
This week, we saw the 2 best big men in battle in Philadelphia, in which would turn into yet another epic duel between Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Embiid got the best of the Joker by posting a final line of 41, 7, and 10 assists on 13 of 22 shooting, including 12 of 15 from the line. Jokic held his own by recording 25, 19, and 3 on 11 of 20 shooting, and only 3 of 4 from the line. This was the 8th matchup between these 2 MVPs, and Embiid now holds a 6-2 record in matchups against Jokic, while averaging 27.6 compared to Jokic's 22.4. All eyes now turn to Denver as the Nuggets will host the Sixers this Saturday for the team's 2nd and final matchup of the season. Gentlemen, swish or miss?
I'm just going to say swish, and it's going to be wrong.
Well, if we go for miss and then try to guess it, it's double or nothing. He gets 200 points.
Exactly.
So, do you want to try to guess a miss here?
No. Swish.
Swish?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yep.
Final.
Let's see.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. No, I almost faked you out with the yeah, but I didn't want you to get too excited. Jokic is averaging 22.3 points per game against Embiid, not 22.4.
Should have known. God damn, should have known.
Here's the thing, though. I want you guys to know, the last 3 times we've played Swish or Miss, I haven't received a single point. Because I was giving you guys all swishes all the time. No, I thought I'd overcorrect maybe. But, Bob.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Does Embiid win his 2nd MVP this season? And what were your thoughts on Denver handing Boston their first home loss of the season?
Ooh, love the Denver-focused question because every time I don't want to have them in the top 3 in the West, they come back and totally redeem themselves. And yeah, beating Boston at home, something of which hasn't been done in 22 games, was it? 20, 21, 22 games?
20 games.
Unreal. So listen, the TD Garden is popping right now. They really believe they have something going for them. This must be their year. And here comes Denver, the defending champs. It's a little bit of that humble pie that is so sweet. And listen, I get it. Boston is great. But Denver deserved the flowers there, and the fact that he won that matchup isn't surprising. I think he's obviously better than Kristaps and most of the team anyways, so whatever. But when you go up against Embiid, and when we have a defending MVP that circles his calendar for the 1 or 2 matchups that they have against this guy throughout a year, if he's not ducking him, you have a recipe for absolute success. Someone who's focused and someone who, I mean, Joel Embiid is unlike any other player that we've seen in the NBA, and that is the truth. I mean, we're talking Wilt Chamberlain sort of shit, like the skill paired with the size. That's what's important. So
lack of playoffs because playoff success as well.
And like playoffs.
Wilt's got 2.
Bingo.
Because
But
of somebody else.
I ultimately do believe Joel Embiid has still such a killer case. My prediction was Jokic. I'm the third Jokic brother, obviously. So I very impressed with Denver with the win at Boston. And I think Embiid has as good of a chance as he did last year. So take that as you will to win the MVP.
Was that game a finals matchup? Was that a finals preview?
I goddamn hope so. I think I would love 7 games.
I'd love 7 games of that shit. Goddamn.
You're looking at gladiators.
Gladiator shit. Justin.
What are my questions again?
Does Embiid win his second MVP this season, and what are your thoughts on Denver handing Boston their first home loss?
I don't think Embiid's going to play enough games to get the MVP.
Yeah, I forgot to say that.
Because I don't think he's going to go play in Denver. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, why that is? Could he just not like the altitude and just call it a day? Maybe that's what it is. And also, but maybe he's just been legitimately hurt the past multiple times he's supposed to play in Denver against Jokic and then doesn't. Both of those things either could be true. Either way, it's a bad look. So I don't think he's going to win MVP. But I would also argue potentially that he wouldn't win MVP even if he qualified, because I think Jokic, to me, I still believe he's going to average the triple double, and I still believe they're going to be potentially the 1 seed in the West. So I look at it and I go, that's going to make it a very difficult road for Joel, especially if he doesn't go play in the other situation. On the Wilt situation, I know Embiid's very special, but they have that stat about him doing X amount of games in a row and hasn't been done since Wilt or something like that. I just would like to figure out, I guess, how many games Wilt missed in that same stretch. Just gonna throw that out there. When you can only play like 2 out of every 5 games, I don't know. Whatever it is.
That's a ridiculous ratio.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the Nuggets are better than the Celtics. I think they have been for years. I think the Celtics have been overinflated and overperforming. And I don't think it's going to be able to ever lead to the actual mountaintop. I think we're looking at, in my opinion, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, both who are phenomenal, a lot of redundancies in both of their games, and that's why I think the Jokic and Murray pairing is a better pairing than the Brown-Tatum pairing, because they fill the gaps for each other. They do different stuff. So that 1-2 game, that 2-man game, is way more deadly than a Brown-Tatum 2-man game, if you will.
But the Celtics don't just have a 2-man game. They've got a 4-man game now.
And
no, I hear you. It's 2 guards, again, or a guard forward.
The Nuggets still win and beat them in the Garden. So
yeah, they did.
All right.
Game in January by 2 points. I agree. Yes, but I mean that's not an entire breakdown of those 2 rosters.
I mean,
but is Derek White an all-star?
Yeah, but like I don't know what the Celtics have done to prove to you that they can beat or be better than the Nuggets, comparatively to what the Nuggets have done, obviously very recently, to show that they were the best team in the NBA last year by winning the title, but are still the reigning champions.
Good point.
Yeah, they shored up some weaknesses in the offseason. They have the best record in the league. They are very strategically resting their stars in ways that still allows them to have the best record in the league and a 20-1 record at home. All of those things makes me think they can win the title. Jason Tatum is finally at the prime age, and if he's going to get to that spot, fantastic. They've got a veteran leader in Drew Holiday who's been there, who's won a title, knows what it takes. Kristaps Porzingis, if you can count on 6 to 8 weeks of him being healthy, which is a question mark, but if you can, golly, Derek White playing at an all-star level, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum having redundancies. Like, I don't know that it's a bad thing that two guys do two things very, very well. I don't think Embiid wins MVP because I agree. I don't think he's eligible. I find it unlikely that he misses fewer than 7 games, fewer than 8 games for the last 41 games of the season when he's already missed 10. The farther we get into the season, the more I think that it's Shea. Because Jokic is the best player in the world. He's having a great season, but he's clearly taking it easy some nights because he has his eyes on the prize. He hasn't. He wants another title, which respect. That's what you should do. That's what it should be. Fuck the regular season MVP, especially when you have two of them already. Go win another title. Absolutely. Take 3 shots against the Pistons and 16 assists and just stand up top and chuck the ball. And I'm all in favor for it. Yeah, he's averaging 26, 11, and 9. I get it, but. Embiid is playing better than him right now. It cannot be argued. That is a fact. It is not a debatable statistic. That is a fact. Embiid is playing better than Jokic because Jokic doesn't give a shit right now, and that is fine. He is the best player in the world. Absolutely. That is not what the MVP is. Otherwise, LeBron would have 15 of them. It's not about MVP. Embiid's not going to be eligible. Jokic doesn't care about it. Now, when Embiid becomes ineligible and, come early mid-March and Jokic I don't see him taking another full assist jump per game. Seems unlikely to average a triple-double. I mean, these averages are insane. I get it, but he's done this before and didn't win it then as well. Meanwhile, you've got a young superstar who plays the way that voters like to see play and has his team a game out of first place, and they just beat first place because of him. And because of his dominance. So I think it's going to be Shea. He's averaging 31, 5, and 6. The Thunder are the 2 seed. Give me if you're giving me a long odds bet, give me SGA to win MVP because I just think it makes sense. I think it makes sense because I don't think Embiid will be eligible, and I don't think that Jokic cares enough about it.
I think that's the super basketball tuned in nerd vote for NBA MVP this year. I think the Shea vote is so fucking correct, but it's also one of those that's there's 2 other arguments out there, and by the time I get to Shea, it's still there, man. This is a really good season, and we're actually, it's going to be tough. What are you concerned more about? Is it individual performance on a team that is the 2nd seed in the West, or is it someone like a top 3 team in the East, but has accolades and is putting up ridiculous numbers? The argument's going to get it's going to get brutal, and unfortunately, I think Shea is going to get the short end of this deal simply because of lack of playoff experience and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I hear that, but it's a regular season award, and this regular season he's been the top 3 player in the regular season so far.
Yeah,
so.
31 a game, insane.
31 5 and 6 as a guard. I mean, when you watch him, he plays so controlled. He plays so calm. He's not. He's not frantically scoring 31 points. He's also not doing it at the line. Embiid is a lot of is being made about the free throw attempts by Embiid and Giannis and all these guys, but he's not at the line like this. Anthony Edwards had something to say about the way the refs ref him.
Yeah, hated that.
But I disagree with that because he's not he's not at some crazy free throw attempt clip. He plays with him in himself. He's a brilliant leader of the team. 31, 5, and 6, and they're in the 2 seed. And if they end at the 1 seed or a half game out or a game out of the 1st seed, I think that it should be him as well. And that is with all due respect to Nikola Jokic as the best player in the world. He is the best player in the world, and when the playoffs come, he will show us all that again. But when it comes in the regular season and in case for MVP, I'm going to give it to Shea. All right, so we finished that game 100 to 101. 100? No, 100.
Sure, we can do it.
200 me, 0, 100 deep. Okay, excellent. All right, well, that means...
It's time for Bob's Buckets.
Hi!
That was a fast one.
I know, I really want to hit you with... You weren't expecting that one, were you?
Not at all.
As long as you're not expecting this one either. Domantas Sabonis is my bucket for this week.
Hey, Dima.
Domantas Sabonis. Okay, so... Ultimately, this is more of a question, and I know this is not necessarily an absurd question. It's one that a lot of all-star voters are now finding themselves questioning. What do you do with those extra wild card spots, with those reserve spots? And my answer is, you choose Domantas Sabonis as an all-star. Last year, incredible season, made the All-Star team. This season, he's averaging more points, more assists, and more rebounds on a team that is 5th, I believe, in the West right now, wherever they're at. Anyway, the 7th through the 5th seed, I mean, I guess really 6th, 5th, 4th seed.
They're the 8th.
8 through 5 is incredibly interchangeable in the Western Conference.
It's very close.
So I would honestly think of them somewhere in the 8 to 5 range as is. De'Aaron Fox probably deserves an All-Star nomination.
Yep.
Whether or not he gets it or not, probably not.
Nope.
Sabonis is in that same boat, but you have someone who is driving the offense and putting them in a position consistently and is leading the entire league in rebounds right now.
Yeah.
And Domantas Sabonis. It would be tough to make that argument to leave him off the All-Star vote, in my opinion. Gentlemen, does he have a chance to make the All-Star team? And honestly, if you think anyone on the Pelicans is going to make the All-Star team,
Woof, the Pelicans. Yikes.
yeah, no way. So I don't want to hear, a team is better, therefore they need, players versus, the Kings, because the Kings' offense is still very, very good this year.
I'm gonna. How many front court players from each conference make it?
Okay, so it's
I
guards.
just don't know. You know what I mean?
neither.
I
So
think
it's
like
guards
it's 2 guards, 3 front court players. Right?
Correct. And then you have on the reserves, again, 2 guards, 3 front court, and then wild card. You have 2 wild cards, so you
could
can
be
choose one or either. Yeah. doesn't
So
matter.
obviously, we don't think he starts.
No.
I mean,
Right?
Sabonis to me is the first non-starter big man.
Well, hang on. Jokic, right? Because it's front court players. Jokic,
Yeah, starter,
Anthony Davis,
starter,
LeBron James,
starter.
obviously going to be a starter, right?
Here we go.
From there we go, Kevin Durant.
Rudy Gobert.
AD might not be a starter, which I think would be
Kawhi
wild,
Leonard.
but
Playing out of his mind.
I'll take Sabonis.
I hear you, but
Oh,
better record and putting up crazy numbers. But I it's right there. That's what I'm saying. It's like I think he's going to make it.
Worst record, Lauri Markkanen. Having a better season he did this year than he did last season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
Utah
Sabonis.
put on the parade for him because he was the only one.
I'm trying to look at the. I guess Kat and Rudy Gobert. I think Sabonis makes it over them because I think obviously the shining star.
No Wemby, no Şengün. Unfortunately, Şengün deserves whatever.
He'll
he'll
be
make
an
it.
honorable
He'll make it
mention.
eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
I also
you could
think
sell
that-
me on Zion getting a fan vote and making it in. You could
I
sell
can
me
see
on that.
Zion making it. I don't think he should.
Yeah, and I agree
Give
with
me
that.
Chet
but-
No.
over him, and just for entertainment value, give me Wemby over him. But I
Yeah.
don't think either of those will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabonis
I'm in on
yeah.
Sabonis.
I forget about
lock it
Durant
in.
and I forget about Kawhi because they feel like staples, but also I don't like Sabonis is. I mean, it kind of just goes back to like Fox has missed a lot of games, not a lot of games, but he's missed some time. Malik Monk has done a lot of, I'm not going to call it carrying, but as a 6th-man role, he's been very successful. Sabonis is the best player on the Kings right now, and he's the reason for a lot of those wins. Kevin Durant has missed a lot of games.
Kevin Durant's doing
It's
a
still
lot
Kevin
of
Durant, though.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant.
He's doing the carrying of that squad.
Obvious
And because
all-star.
he plays the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I also
Yes.
think that injury replacements are going to be a big factor this year because I think
He's been
that
very
like what
lucky.
happened with Ant last year will happen again, where it's like I don't think Şengün gets elected to it, but does a guy like Sabonis or a guy like whoever a Kawhi tweak their ankle the day before the All-Star game or a week before the All-Star game and they get an injury replacement? Very, very likely.
and then I don't know. Are they counting Paul George as a guard? Does he still play the 2 for them? You know what I mean?
He is
Oh, wait.
he is a backcourt, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing that kind of sucks to me.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Scared
What
the
is that?
shit out of me.
What is that? What is that?
What happened?
I don't want to do it again.
What was
I don't
that?
want to do it again. Don't
Oh, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. It's the random question of the day.
Whoa.
All right, gentlemen.
I
It's
get
time
so
for the
sad when my
random
phone
question of the
doesn't blow up on
day,
a Tuesday.
God, I'm so excited.
where I ask one random NBA trivia question, and if anyone gets it right, you get 1,000 points. You guys ready for today's random NBA trivia question?
Yeah.
Ready than ever.
Patty Mills is an Australian professional basketball player for the Atlanta Hawks. He's played for 4 teams in his 14-year career, including the Blazers, Spurs, Nets, and now the Hawks. He was a valuable role player in the 2014 championship San Antonio Spurs team, where he averaged 10 points per game in the finals. What overall pick was Patty Mills selected with In the 2009 NBA draft, you each get one guess. And I will not tell you if you're close.
Wow.
Or anything like that.
May I ask a singular question?
Potentially.
Was he actually drafted?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't want to run into that situation.
Patty
Not
Mills.
a trick question. The random question today is not a trick
I
question.
appreciate that. What do you think, Bob?
You know, Patty Mills, and this is interesting because I'm picturing him in
Does he
his
strike
draft day hat
Oh, so he's
holding the ball.
Okay.
So now we're talking. He's not some second round Miho. You know what I mean? He's a legit guy. He's
He was
a
second
dude.
round Miho?
Hell no.
Hell no.
The fuck you mean?
He's a second round
No.
Miho.
You mean? Exactly. So I think he could have been one of those like, man, I really like the idea of him being a lottery pick, but I don't know. I think we're really gonna get out there if we say that. So I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
What number are you taking?
Holding the ball.
I think we both think 1
San
through 30.
Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
I need a pick.
Okay,
I
give
need
it to him.
I need a choice.
Well, good day, mate. I'm Patty Mills. I'm here, the number 12th overall pick of the 2009.
12 overall?
12
You had
overall.
12 in your mind as well?
In my mind, but I'm not. He guessed it.
Well, give me a guess then.
I don't. Is he right?
I'm not going to tell you if he's right or wrong. On things like this, can't tell you right or wrong.
On
Give me-
business.
Because I also think 12. I can't give the
Tell you
same
what,
answer, can
if,
I?
you, if it's 12, you can split the 500. Or split the 1,000, you each get 500.
I mean, I'll rock with the 12. It's probably going to be wrong.
12?
Yeah.
You was picked 55th overall.
Dang it!
Is Patty Mills a second round pick? God, no shit. What?
You had me going with the ball, and I was like, sure, yeah.
Hey, that's
Sorry.
why I'm in sales, brother.
Sorry, but duh. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's about the mid-season way of the season way, so let's get to some speed takes. Way. I think this is it. Nope. Yes. I didn't play the intro video. Fuck it. All right.
Doing it live.
We'll do it live. We've officially reached the midway point of the season, so let's do a mid-season check-in. Bob, who is Coach of the Year?
Bob, who's coach of the year?
You are?
It's me. Oh, hilarious. Give me. It's Mark Daigneault, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Agreed. Justin.
I'm going to go with Chris Finch.
Yes.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
I don't
My
hate it.
other guess. Yeah.
I don't hate it. I just see him slipping. I go Daigneault.
I can see either one.
Yep. Who is the DPOY?
DePoy is my boy. Trey's boy, Rudy Gobert. It's coming. The number one defense, anchored by the number one defensive player, Rudy Gobert.
I'm in. Yeah, I like it. I hadn't really given that thought, but now you sold me on it. You're a salesman. Yeah, I
Again.
think Rudy Gobert, and I think runner-up, you could sell me on the victor. The problem is they're not winning any games. So
Yeah.
Sure.
I agree on everything you just said.
Sweet.
What grade? A through F. Do you give the Minnesota Timberwolves?
I actually prefer
Mid-season
bags.
report card.
I prefer bags of popcorn, and my scale is 1 to 5 bags of popcorn.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
5
go.
is good.
Yes, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them 5 bags of popcorn. I don't think I've seen a team this good since the 1986 Boston Celtics. Justin.
You mean as a Celtics team this good?
Right.
Okay.
Justin.
I thought you didn't mean any.
I mean, no,
Oh yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
that's what
give
I meant.
them.
Sorry.
Wait, the Wolves? Wait, what?
The Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
And remember, bags of popcorn is what we're going off of. Here.
I'm
not
even,
grades.
You know what? Here's my thing. My problem is bags of popcorn, 5 bad, 1 bag good, obesity. So
How much bags?
How many bags you
Singular
got? here,
bag, but
brother?
also
How big is the bag?
for them?
You got the bag, you fumble it.
massive.
I get the bag, I flip it, I tumble it.
Oh,
Straight out the lot. Little mama a thought.
no, at A plus, they're killing it. Like I don't know what we expected Ant to take that jump. Here they are with a great defense on top of it. So I go, there you go, good job.
I go A+ as well. Not really much to say about the Wolves. Best defense in the league. best defender in the league right now. Ant has taken the leap. They just need to prove to me that they can win those games against the Thunder, against the Nuggets, against the Clippers. Because in those games, they're not really showing me a whole lot of confidence come a playoff series. So I'm going to go in A, not an A+, because I think that there's just a touch more to prove from the Wolves. What grade do you give the Celtics?
Hey, glad you asked. Again, I'm bags of popcorn, and I would love to give the Celtics also an A. Because
A bag of popcorn.
A bag of popcorn. No, they get 5 bags. Trust me, they get 5 bags. But they get an A on this grade, okay? Not an A+. They don't deserve that. Because they're still showing that little bit of BS that they have to just fumble the game or to just not win the games they're supposed to win. And again, we point to the 2, dudes, and it's like, okay, well, what is this? Aren't you guys supposed to be winners? Anyway, biggest bubble
Are you
inflation
winners or
team.
wieners? Justin, what grade do you give the Celtics?
I give them
How many bags of popcorn?
4 weenies.
Oh, nice.
A B. I give them a B because I expect the Celtics to be good every year in the regular season, and I expect they're gonna fold later. So they fold games. They
AMC concession stand going crazy right now.
I love A-list number right here.
If you hang on a second.
He is an A-list member.
If you are one of our listeners and you work at an AMC, whether at the concession stand or not, please just send us an email and tell us that you do.
Yeah.
YayBasketballPod@gmail.com.
We would love to sponsor this bit by AMC.
Yeah, hey, the headquarters is a block away.
Wieners
It's
or
a mile away.
popcorn. But yeah, no, a B. I expect it to be good in the regular season, and I just
B?
they settle.
The
for-
best record.
I expect them to win a lot of regular season games.
Settled.
They do. They settle for threes a lot. They really do. They don't.
But they hit them too.
they don't always.
Settled though.
They don't always.
No one always does.
For sure, they just fumbled the game against the Nuggets that they should have won at home because Tatum can't close games.
I would say that they lost that game because Jamal Murray was exceptional.
Oh, All-Star?
No.
See? This
No,
league.
he's missed too much of them. The Celtics are an A+. What? The best record in the league. They're strategically resting their guys. They have 1 loss at home. Great defense, great pace, great assist ratio, great points per game. Everything is great. Celtics are very, very scary. If they are healthy come playoff time, I think they win the title. A+. Nuggets.
Nuggets! Yeah, actually, wow. This is, I think this would be my... They still get an A-. Like, they're not out of it. They're still a top team in the West. They're still the defending champs. It's still, Jokic.
They're a half game back of the second.
Well, I mean, we're giving B's to the Celtics like they're fucking out of the playoffs right now. Like,
well,
hell
that's
no.
just
Like,
hater. That's
you
just-
would've asked
that's
me
just
about-
Justin
if
being
you would've
Justin.
asked me about
that's
the
just
Bulls, I
Justin
would've
being
given him a fucking
Justin,
F.
which is crazy to me. Well, no, not the Bulls part. No, they are an F. They're a failure of a franchise. That's
Great
what
on
that
the
F is
Nuggets.
for. Yeah, give me the A- for great reasons. Simple as that. Oh, their depth did take a hit. Their depth did take a
touch. Yeah.
a little, but they've proven that they don't need it. And I'll always give flowers to the big 3: Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and Aaron Gordon. Trey.
Argor.
I'm gonna give them a B. The same rating I gave the Celtics because to
Stunning.
me they haven't
Stunning.
performed
Stunning.
as well as I
Stunning.
thought they would. If we roll the tape back, I thought they could go 35-6 to start the season and then coast their way to the rest of the way, and that hasn't been the case. They haven't shored up as far as winning games that they should win as well. So they lost a couple that I thought they should win, but I mean they're still right there and they're still performing great. I still think they're going to win the title, but I think they've performed at a B level so far.
Yeah, so far I go B+ because I agree with both of you. They haven't won some games that they have or that they should have, which goes to my point about Jokic kind of taking his foot off the pedal because they go as he goes, as most teams do. When you have a transcendent player, if your all-time great has his foot off the gas, the team follows your lead. I'm not saying the team doesn't care. I give him a B. All right, I give him a B+, right?
Yep.
Is that what I said? B+ instead of a B because yes, they lost a touch of depth, but Mike Malone does an excellent job of incorporating new lineups.
Peyton Watson.
Yeah. Jeremy Strother.
Strothers.
They've got these new guys. I mean, the other night against the Celtics, he played 7.5, I guess. Christian Brown played 5 minutes. So in a game in January, really kind of testing the waters, like how do we feel about this game? Jamal Murray shows up. Jokic has by far his best game of the season, and they beat the Celtics at home for the first time this season
in a playoff atmosphere.
So I'll give him a B+, but I could be talked to an A-. I mean, they're the Nuggets. They're going to be, and come playoff time, it'll be an A+, I'm sure. Bucks.
Yeah, give me a big ol' C. Give me a C on the Bucks, man. Give me a C+. Give me a C+. The Dame acquisition, Giannis being, honestly, Giannis might have one of the biggest egos of all the superstars.
What a take.
And I don't think a lot of people saw it coming. I didn't especially, but this year I think he's really shown his true colors. I think Terry Stotts walking out on the team as an assistant early on was a big indicator of what this team and where it was going to go this season. Listen, they're second in the East right now, so it's tough to argue against that. But if I'm... I love Silver Linings Playbook. If I'm the one reading what does he say? If I'm the one reading the signs here, I'm reading the Bucks as a team that is dysfunctional below the surface. And I think a lot of that comes from your superstar. If we want to be as critical as we want to a LeBron or to a Steph or to a franchise cornerstone player, Giannis deserves a lot of that. And I think now that he's starting to get it, he's pushed back and he's blaming equipment managers. And now we have Terry Stotts walking out because Adrian Griffin is not a good enough coach, if you will. I think we just got breaking news. Anyway.
Nothing crazy, but...
nothing crazy,
but Joel Embiid, 50 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, he's not playing in the fourth, unfortunately.
He won't, unless it's a close game. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway.
They're up 12.
I'm just trying to say...
Oh, he won't play.
The Bucks have a lot going on that we're not actually paying attention to because it's intentional. Because we're just supposed to look at this second overall placement. Because we're supposed to look at a Damian Lillard 45-point game on Saturday. I don't think this team will do well in the playoffs. I don't think they have any depth whatsoever. Brooke Lopez got older. He took a bigger 81. Woo!
Bob
for the team.
Just for everybody listening, Bob has Joel Embiid on his fantasy team, and he has 81.5 points, which I think is almost your best game of the season, and there's 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Holy mother of God.
I mean,
look out, Kyle. Holy
insane.
shit. Sorry. Justin? Grade on the Sixers. The Bucks.
On the Bucks. I kind of agree with what you're saying about Giannis in the fact that I think he wanted to play that villain role this year, and I think it doesn't fit his personality, a la how it didn't fit LeBron's personality. And so because it doesn't fit, even though he's putting up crazy numbers, he's playing an individually great kind of season, it doesn't fit. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not working. Yeah. They obviously have some dysfunction when you have a coach walk out. To me, I think the equipment manager was a little bit more of a joke. I just think he's just not. Yeah. I find him hilarious, but I get what you're saying. They gave up the defense, and they should have just ran it back, in my opinion. But I get getting Dame for somebody when the thought was Giannis is going to get us 85% of the way there. Dame, can you just do the 15?
And I think he can.
And I think
Don't
he can.
you think he can? Right.
I know you have a title, but like he's gonna.
I know you have the notion that he's like a playoff underperformer, which there is some evidence to support that. I think that he's done the best with what he's been given. In this case, he's been given a top 5 guy in the league and the best player in the history of the franchise that he's currently on. And he does what he needs to. We saw it last week when he hit the game winner. Do your thing, Lillard. I give the Bucks a B. I'm going to give the Bucks a C+. Because despite their record, the defense is worrying me. Not enough to make me call them like frauds or phonies or anything like that. They're still going to be there. I still think they will fuck around with the Heat in the second round or whenever they see them. But there's some things to note of the Bucks. All right, we've got a lot of these left, and we're already at 50 minutes. Let's try to crank through a little quicker.
Okay.
Warriors.
Fuck. That if I'm giving the Bucks a C, I got to give the Warriors. I got to give the Warriors a D. Unfortunately, this team is just disappointing. Trades could be made, but aren't. Maybe we're waiting for something better. LOL. I don't know. Unfortunately, this team has.
Took
I
a
know.
somber note, my bro. God damn.
I'm sorry, guys.
Justin, give it to me.
Fucking F. So bad. So terrible. Just you made a decent move for Chris Paul, but the problem is you traded the wrong player for him.
I don't know about that.
Because you kept a criminal. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They're squandering this whole issue with the end of a dynasty. Maybe this is just what the end of dynasties really look like, and we weren't used to really seeing it because we hadn't really seen a dynasty in a little bit.
It's a crazy good point.
Because
Wow.
we really look at
Really
it.
good
The
point.
Lakers after Shaq and Kobe, they were awful, and they fumbled
And
the end of
without
that.
him,
Yeah.
still in his prime. Yeah, you're right.
It was the whole thing. So, I mean, maybe this is just what it looks like, and we just haven't been used to it. But yeah, I think this has been an utter disaster.
I'm going to give him a D-, and the reason it's not a full-on F is because they have handled the Draymond thing as well as I think you can. Because he's you know how I feel about Draymond. But if an integral part of your team was missing as much as he was, or was, in and out of the lineup, suspended here, there, saying stuff, podcasting, all this shit, the personality that Draymond is, a lot of teams would be worse off than they are, and they're still only 2 games back of the play-in, and I expect them to be in the play-in. I don't trust the Jazz. I said it from the beginning. I don't trust the Rockets. I think that the Warriors will be in the play-in mix, and so it's a D- for me right now. How about the Clippers?
Clippers, give me an A-. I think the Clippers put themselves well into contender territory,
Yeah.
which was unheard of. In my opinion, I've never said this publicly because I think I'm not even going to say it now. Kawhi Leonard is still the man. Like, let's be honest. He has not really taken a step back at all. He's still just an incredibly efficient player. And now that he has James Harden on the team assisting, someone who has led the league in assists before, it just makes sense. I love Kawhi. I love Paul George, and then third, James Harden. But yeah, give him an A-.
I'm in on the A. I think an A. I think they started off the season, I was like, uh-oh, and then they made the James Harden trade, and I still was like, I think it's going to work out really well, and then it started off bad, and now it's phenomenal. So I'm all in on what they're doing. They are pretty scary to me. Mostly because I had this thought the other day that we're not that far removed from James Harden MVP-ness as far as like, whoa!
That's crazy.
MVP-ness. You heard it here first. What's the grade?
An A.
Hey. Holy shit. You heard it here first. MVP-ness. Yeah, so... God damn it.
Oh, that's your clip.
Welcome to game basketball. MVP-ness. I'm going to give the Clippers an A-. Reason being, I think that they have done a brilliant job recovering and figuring it out. I'm giving that sole credit of A- to Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Ty Lue.
Sole credit.
Well, yeah.
I thought you were going to say one person. That's all.
I'm not putting it on Kawhi. I'm not putting it on Paul George. They've done exactly what they're supposed to. Kawhi's missed the time we expect him to, probably less,
Way less
than we expect him to. Paul George closes games. That game against the Thunder last week, golly, bye. He just took the fucking game over and won them the game. And they have 2 guys like that. I agree. Kawhi is still that guy. Harden hasn't needed to be dribble. He's creating. He's made Zubats like a fringe all-star player. Like, it's crazy.
And Mason Plumlee.
What Harden has done. So I give them an A- simply because of their stumble out of the gate. Give me the Heat.
Without Jimmy Butler playing, damn it, give me a C. A little disappointing on that end, but Bam Adebayo has been amazing. Jaime Jaquez Jr. looks like a top 3 rookie of the year next to Chet and Wemby, which is awesome. Love the Heat. I'm not worried about them, like I said earlier, because they'll always find themselves in currently the 6th seed or, somewhere around there. So, good for the Heat. C. You could do better. Justin?
Yeah, I'm in a C-. Just because, underperforming, in my opinion, for what I expect you should do based on everything I hear about the Heat. Heat culture, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo's amazing.
Well, but...
So, be better. You have what a lot of people say is the best coach in the league.
He is.
Be better. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know why they don't play more and play harder in the regular season. But as you say, they're going to be in the playoffs. So we'll kind of see where they go. That's why I give them a C-.
You ready for this? I'm giving the Miami Heat an A+. I think they have done as absolutely well as you possibly can. Tyler Hero missed a shitload of games. Bam Adebayo has not been there. Jimmy Butler has not been there. And guess who is a strong third place for Rookie of the Year? Jaime Jaquez Jr. Now, that is not just on Pat Riley making a great pick. That is on Eric Spoelstra developing this guy to be a solid fourth option on a playoff contender. Yeah, they're in the 6th spot. Yeah, they're not going to win a whole lot of games in the regular season. They are a contender. They always will be as long as Spoelstra and a killer like a Jimmy Butler is there. Bam has stepped up. When he's played, he's been great. Hero's filling his role, and this Jaquez kid is legit. Give me an A+ for the Heat. They're overachieving for how many games Jimmy and Hero and Bam have missed.
True.
I think they've played 4 or 5 games where Jaquez is the best player on the roster, which is crazy because you also still have a Kyle Lowry who is old and way past his prime, but should probably be better than a rookie, right? No. Jaquez is amazing, and that is in large part because of Eric Spoelstra and those coaching decisions. All right, let's get to this last one. The Lakers. Take over for a second.
Laker girls. Yeah, the Lakers have, just with D'Lo's thing that we saw the other day, him crying on the bench, something that we think is happening soon. Moves are being made. This is not the final roster construction. Wow, weird, Justin. If you were to rewind me and play what I said last year, or any of us last year, we'd all tell you the same damn thing. This is not the final Lakers roster we're going to see at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They were always poised to make a move and always ready to move things. Up until this point, give the Lakers at least a C. They're still mixed in. I think they're 11th or so, but again, you go 11th to 7th, whatever.
They're 9th right now.
9th, okay. Yeah, anywhere in there in that play-in spot. It's only a half game separation. That's where they're going to be at, which is fine. So, Lakers, C, wait for the trade. Maybe they could be an A.
Justin.
Well, I don't think they can get to an A. That's going to take a lot, but yeah, I mean, I guess, I think, you know what? A C-. Just because they just haven't performed to the level of a team that has such top-heavy talent as they have. 2 of the best players in the league still. I expect more out of them. The D'Lo thing, and it's not like heartbreaking, but like that's not great. You know what I mean? That's not what you want to see anyway from some. You know what I mean? A player
it's tough.
Obviously, nobody believes in their coach. Most of Los Angeles, I don't think, believes in most of the roster. So I don't really know what else to give them.
Yeah, I have to. I'll go C because I think that LeBron and AD have played as well as you can. I mean, you know, as much as made is whenever LeBron does something amazing. Oh, he's 39 years old, guys. He's 39. Like, he should not be the best or second best player on a team. Just like over the course of the NBA, it's never happened before where that is the case, and we're expecting the same from him as if he was 29. It's not that way. So I'll give him a C because the rest of the roster has been struggling, to put it lightly, and their head coach doesn't seem to know what the fuck is going on with his own roster and doesn't know who to capitalize on. So I'll give him a C. Let's see what they can do with the trade. Embiid is up to 59 points at the end of the third quarter. And let's get into our next game, our brand new game, which is a brand new game that I'm excited to try. It's called Trophy Tally. Yes, it's Trophy Tally. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look again. Oh, don't really don't look. Don't look. Okay, all right, you're good. Okay.
People at home know.
They might
Maybe.
flash through it.
Okay.
All right.
Yo, DM me the answers.
Yeah. All right, everybody. This is a brand new game. Cactus says MVP-ness is going on the soundboard.
It has to. It will.
All right. Well, this is a brand new game here. It's called Trophy Tally. Let me tell you how this one works. In this game, I will list some career accomplishments for a mystery NBA player. You will work alone to guess who the mystery player is. If you're right, you get 100 points. If you're wrong, I get the 100 points. You have 2 lifelines, the team lifeline, in which you may ask one question about the player's team history, and the timeline lifeline, in which you can ask one question about this player's career timeline, whether it's when they were drafted, when they won their first championship, stuff like that. Yes or no questions for both of those things. So, did this player win their first championship in 2006 or whatever, stuff like that. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yep.
All right, you guys want
sounds
to pick a
good.
number between 1 and 15?
Yeah, 7.
That was
8.
correct.
Yep. Damn.
7 is right. Good job. Let's
go.
All right. So, Bob, you want to go first or second?
I would like to go first, please.
All right. First, here's your trophies.
Right.
Maybe.
This player is a 4-time NBA champion, a 1-time Finals MVP, 2-time MVP, and a 1-time Western Conference MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP, as well as a 1-time All-Star Game MVP, and a 9-time All-Star.
So to see 4-time NBA champion, but only 1 Finals MVP, and then 2 MVPs, which I assume, or I think, I would never assume.
Don't.
I think I know who it is, so let's go ahead and keep this thing moving. Give me Steph Curry.
That is correct.
Yes.
Well done, sir. Well done. Yes, sir. It is Steph Curry. You see, you have a buffer in between now because I accidentally clicked the answer last week.
Yes.
At least we had the extras.
All right, Justin, are you ready?
Yeah.
2-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 1-time MVP, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, Rookie of the Year, and a 13-time All-Star.
Ooh. Can I see Kevin Durant, please?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That is correct. Yes, it is Kevin Durant. Well done.
Nice.
Well done. All right, Bob, you ready?
Hit me.
1-time NBA champion, 1-time Finals MVP, 2-time MVP, 1-time All-Star Game MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, and a 7-time All-Star.
Ooh, the DPOY.
Getting a little tougher now.
Yeah, it kind of throws me off a little bit here. 1-time Finals MVP. So who is the Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP? Oh.
Can I steal?
No.
NBA champion, Finals MVP, 2-time MVP, DPOY. Oh, no! Did he win that many MVPs?
All of these are current players.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay, I'm gonna use one of my hints here. It's gonna be
A yes or no, which one?
yes. Yes, that's what I'm asking. Did this player play for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
No.
Okay. Champion, Finals MVP. In my mind, I'm not picturing Jokic winning Defensive Player of the Year, but give me Jokic.
Final answer?
Final answer.
I can't steal?
Thanks, Justin.
You know it.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That is correct for
Yeah.
you, but incorrect for Bob. All right, there, Justin. Are you ready to take over?
Mm-hmm.
2-time champ, 2-time Finals MVP, 1-time All-Star Game MVP, 2-time DPOY, 5
Kawhi
All-Stars. Yeah,
The last two, I've been waiting for the Kawhi one. I knew it was going to be weird.
good one. Wow, that was really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, remember what you were like? Is it actually going to be? I was like, I think the first couple of rounds are going to be.
No,
pretty
I'll give you that, yeah. Here we go, though.
Well, no, I mean the first couple rounds are easy. They get more challenging.
That's what I'm saying. Here we go.
And
Like,
there's
I'm ready
also
for it.
5 rounds.
And I'm ready. I'm
Take
ready.
it easy. All right, Bob, back to you. Ready?
Hit me.
4-time NBA champion, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 4-time All-Star, 8-time All-Defense, 2-time All-NBA, and a 1-time Steal champ.
You know this one, Justin? Yeah, go for it. Draymond Green. Final answer.
You guys are cooking this. Yep. I was not expecting this. Yes, that is correct. Well done. I thought you guys would be good at this, but God, no.
Got it.
I avoided the guys that were just like all rookie. You know. All right, Justin, it'll be your turn. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1 MVP, 10-time All-Star, 3-time scoring champ, 2-time assist champ, 7-time All-NBA, 1-time sixth man.
James Harden.
That is correct.
Yep.
Wow. Good thing I did as many of these as I did. It is James Harden is correct. Yes. Wow. All right, Bob. Well, these are supposed to get harder, but maybe they don't. Are you ready?
Ready.
1-time MVP, 6-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ, 3-time All-Defense, 5-time All-NBA, 1-time sixth man.
Russell Westbrook.
Final answer?
6-time All-Star? Yeah.
No.
He had more. I should have known.
The sixth man is was a misprint on my part.
Oh, okay.
But
Whoa.
you also
'Cause
guessed
that-
Russell Westbrook, who's never won a sixth man. So
Well, definitely.
He hasn't.
we can go no points awarded if you want.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't. I don't want first place. I don't want it.
I really don't mind.
I'll give you the points if it means that he doesn't get them.
Okay.
I won't get the
Do
points either way.
Well, why don't just
You'll find a way.
just give them to me?
No.
Why not?
No points
No points awarded.
No points
You don't even
awarded.
like Joel Embiid. You told us last
It's
year.
a push.
Yeah, I'm not high.
Come on.
All
It's a
right.
push.
All right, Justin.
What?
1-time MVP, 9-time All-Star, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, 2-time scoring champ, 3-time All-Star, assist champ, 9-time All-NBA.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are doing really well at
Yeah,
this.
I was one away.
Should have gone harder. I'll keep that in mind for next time.
No, I don't like that.
We're going to get like
Get it wrong.
60s.
Get it wrong.
All right, last round here, genty boys. Bob.
Yep. Justin loses points for not using his hints, right?
No.
Damn it. Okay, go ahead.
I'll just use both of them this one.
1-time Conference Finals MVP, 1-time All-Star Game MVP, 4-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, and he was on the All-Rookie team. I know it says 1 time. You can only be on that 1 time.
Oh, well, he was on there all rookie. Then he had 3 All NBAs, 4 All Stars, won an All Star Game MVP and a Conference Finals MVP. Never won a championship. Never. Conference Finals MVP. Give me Damian Lillard.
No.
Nope.
Oh, thanks, Justin.
Jason
Again.
It is Jason Tatum.
What a dig.
What a dig. All right, final one for our boy Justin here. Are you ready, my boy?
I'm ready, yeah.
All right.
Just don't give him anagrams.
4-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, 1-time All-Rookie, and Rookie of the Year.
Waiting for like the... So I have 2 lifelines, right?
Yeah.
Does this player still play for the team that drafted
So
him?
that'll be your team question then. Yes.
Was this player... Timeline-wise...
He would wait to use both of them on the same question.
Was this player an all-star
He nailed everyone else, so.
last year?
Yes.
Nailed you.
Okay. Well, I guess you're right.
Gotcha.
Uh-oh. Maybe not. 4-time all-star. Was an all-star last year. He didn't do anything like that. Is this Devin Booker?
Nope.
Damn. Was it Zion?
You want to guess again? Another one?
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
It's Luka Doncic.
dang.
Luka was the correct answer. We did not
Dwag
get
nabbit.
Luka. Dagnab, he says.
Luker.
No.
That was a good one. I like that game.
Yeah, it was a good one, indubitably. So what do we finish that game with? Fuck.
100 to you, Michael.
Shit.
200 to Bob.
Yep.
And 400 to Justin.
Damn.
So then I guess we better look at what we're gonna do with these points and these picks and all of that, and we're gonna do that today with a brand new segment you've never seen before. It's called Props to You. Another exciting
Props to you. Bob.
Yep.
Chet Holmgren's over 16.5 versus the Blazers tonight. The late game. No, tomorrow. I don't remember. Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
45-60. Bet 'em all, I dare you.
You dare me.
I dare you.
I won't do it, though.
All right, double dog dare you.
No,
I got him.
I'm close to doing it.
Don't. Obviously not.
But I'm probably not.
How many you betting, Bubba?
Give me a... Give me a...
What, like,
give me 1,000.
I am not.
1,000.
Hey, I am not hunting you for first. Take
That's
a small
fine,
bet.
that's
Take
fine.
a small
No,
bet.
Give me 1,000.
You bet 1,000?
I did. That's a small bet. Give me
Michael,
1,000.
3,300. Sabonis is over 33.5 points and rebounds tonight.
Give me 250.
250. I'm obviously betting all of my points on DeJounte Murray to score over 24.5 versus the Kings this evening.
I'd like to make my bet 200, please.
Okay.
Good.
Trey is not here, so he does not have a bet this week. But
No.
those are what it's going to look like potentially for next week. Now, if you are still here with us, we love you, and we really do appreciate you. And it's been a fun journey along the way, and we're glad to have you while you're here. So let's tell you that while you're here, you might as well drop a like. You might as well subscribe. It helps us out so much when you do all that. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, drop a 5-star rating. Send it to a friend. Do all of that. Follow us at EA_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Just a reminder, we do this live.
You think we recorded MV Penis?
Do it live.
What?
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Bob, you got anything for the people?
Michael, glad you asked. Not a whole lot. You know, we're in the heart of January right now. I think it's important to remember that everyone just needs to take a deep breath. You know, maybe your resolutions didn't exactly go the way they wanted to. Maybe you don't believe that you can continue them. You can. Stick with it. Trust me, your brain is much stronger than you think. Everybody, have a great mental health Monday. Thanks, guys.
Justin.
And go Chiefs!
Ugh, God.
National Throw Up in Your Mouth Day.
I never thought I'd root for the Ravens, but Jesus Christ, let's go Lamar.
Yeah. I mean, hey, don't let what's happened this month fool you. These gentlemen do enjoy my being here. They don't not want me to lose on purpose because they hate me.
No.
But I am going to come back and I will not get last place.
I'm not even going to let Trey make a bet next week. I'm going to make him just 20 points. Buddy, that's it. Because Trey is not here, I will tell you today is Celebration of Life Day.
Aw.
National Celebration of Life Day. And
That
also,
sounds morbid though.
I want to show...
Because usually you do a
whoa,
I
celebration
think it's
of
celebrating
life.
life.
Well, what about the National Sanctity of Human Life Day?
What about National
sounds
Polka Dot Day?
Way more
That's way better.
woof.
That's way
And
better.
for the YB sickos, here's an update on our fantasy standings.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Trey,
no.
moving up.
I am in first place, 12-1. Justin is in second, 10-3. Kyle is at 8-5 after a big win over George, who sits at fourth place at 5-8. Trey took a big leap by beating Jack, Jokic Joestar, to go to 5-8 and tie George for fifth place, or for fourth, I guess. Ryan, still the bot. He will slip down and be last place eventually. And then there's Jack in seventh, and our boy Bob in Beetlejuice. Great name. Great name. Should we
Great
check?
name.
Should we check
you.
what the boy is doing in terms of
yes.
before we sign off here?
I know
Let's-
Embiid's having a monster time.
Yeah, he's got 60, 15, and 4. That's 89.5 fantasy
He's
points.
playing in the fourth. God is good.
They are
folks.
playing. They're up by 13 with 6.5. So I don't know how much more they'll play. But anyways,
Cat's got 44 at the half.
I noticed that as
Mid-eight
well.
threes.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There's 61 points. I assume he's at the
bingo.
line right now. He's about to make it 91 points. He would
it.
still need 10 more points to make it to break the record, or 8 more points to break the record. But all right, gentlemen.
Or 6 assists.
Anything else before we get out of here?
No, thank you for listening.
I think I did, but I also didn't.
Yeah, people are hungry.
They are.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I gotta pee.
Let's cook, folks.
Oh, man.
All right, everybody. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us. What a fun thing we do here every week, huh? Thanks for being a part of it. We love you. Enjoy the league. Enjoy yourself. What? MV penis. Gay basketball.